set up there, and it stayed in one piece for you.
Yeah.
Renee's got the magic touch.
No, it's a little wobbly, but I think we'll get it right. Beautiful. Beautiful.
First try.
It's nice. First try, champ.
Adam Cole, congratulations on
you.
tonight to be here in Philly, the 17-year anniversary of you as a pro wrestler. How important was tonight for you to bring this gold back home?
God, so again, anytime there's any sort of anniversary for me in wrestling specifically, then you go back and you kind of reminisce on the most special and important moments of your career, and this one has got to be towards the top. I mean, just considering the past few years, kind of the struggles that I've gone through with the head injuries, and then obviously 6 months later, then my ankle exploded, and that took over a year to come back from. So mentally, it was really discouraging. And then to fast forward, again, April 6th, 2008, I had my very first match here in Philadelphia. And then to fast forward, April 6th, 2025, and to win my first singles championship here in AEW against a guy who I really respect in Danny Garcia was incredibly special. I'll never forget it.
Awesome. Congratulations. I will open up the floor to you guys.
Adam, thanks. Bill Bodkin, thepopbreak.com. Something you said was about a lot of the mental struggle you had to go through with the 2 injuries. I think one thing with AEW, when you guys talk about mental health, where it was, with Mental Health Awareness Month, I think it means a lot to people when wrestlers open up about their struggles and how they overcame it. So can you talk about the process that you did to be so positive and to come back? Because a lot of people would have just given up.
Sure, yeah. So I generally try to be as positive as I possibly can, but like you had mentioned in that particular scenario, it was kind of challenging to stay optimistic, but the biggest thing without question was the support I had from my family, from my friends, and from this company. Like I never felt alone. I never felt like I didn't have anyone to talk to or discuss it. And I had so much love and support the whole way through where I had no choice but to stay positive and no choice but to stay optimistic. So I'm very thankful for the people who are close to me and the people in my life who I really do cherish and who really care about me. So that was the biggest thing. I don't know if I would have gotten through it if I didn't have the love and support from the people around me.
I hope you don't mind if I say that you're here because you love this. You made the comeback because you love this. Nobody forced you to come back into wrestling. I tried to make it as clear as possible, especially the head injury, that if I want you in AEW for life, you're going to be a part of this team, you're going to be a career in pro wrestling, even if you never step back in that ring again. And I didn't want to force him, and there was a time when I didn't know if you would ever be back. And to think that you're here and you had this moment 17 years after your very first match, it's pretty crazy.
So cool, so cool.
David Melanger, Sports Talk Philadelphia. Adam, can you just talk about what it mean to win the championship in AEW's first pay-per-view event in Philadelphia?
Oh my God, yeah. Again, it means the absolute world. And there's so many different factors of why it's so important. First of all, the TNT Championship is a very prestigious, very important title within AEW. Second of all, again, like I had mentioned, the fact that it was in Philadelphia, a city that is so important to me. I mean, not only did I train and have my first match in Philadelphia, but like I went to all the wrestling shows as a kid in Philadelphia. It's just such an important city to me and my history and my love of pro wrestling. My family was in the audience tonight. There were just so many cool factors about tonight that made it so special. And then also too, like again, when we're talking about those mental challenges that you went through, like when you first come back, there always is that little bit of insecurity. Like, am I gonna move the same? Am I gonna be the same? Am I gonna be able to be the wrestler I was before? And kind of getting out of your own way and going, damn right I can. And I feel like tonight I proved that. So not only is this incredibly rewarding, but I feel like Adam Cole's back.
Hell yeah. 2 more questions, guys.
Okay, Bill Pritchard, WrestleZone. We've seen some different designs for the TNT title over the years. Any thoughts on maybe doing a custom one, or maybe want to make the request now?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Definitely something I maybe want to consider now. I think this title's beautiful, but who knows? Maybe I'll put some Bebe on there at some point.
They're right behind you.
Josh Sharoff, Triller TV.
I don't want to take anything away from this, because this is huge for you, and congratulations, of course. A couple of years ago, you were the inaugural winner of the Owen Hart tournament as well. Back then, that did not immediately lead to a world title match at All In the way that it does today. Looking at that accolade you had before, looking at this, and looking at that tournament and where those competitors this year are headed, are you seeing this as a potential to maybe quickly move towards that main event world title picture?
I think at the end of the day, any wrestler in AEW who says they don't want to be the AEW World Champion is lying or kidding themselves. And like you had said about winning the inaugural Owen Hart tournament, about being the TNT champion, I'm going to defend this championship and hold it proudly. But absolutely being 100% transparent, of course, being the AEW World Champion is absolutely my goal. And I think stuff like this is moving me closer and closer to making that dream come true. So yeah, no question, I'm absolutely still focused on becoming the AEW World Champion. Maybe a double champ, who knows?
Well, Adam Cole, congratulations. Glad to see the Adam Cole back, feeling the way that he should, with that gold around his waist here in Philly.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone.
Thank you,
Appreciate it.
Ashley.
Thank you.
Safe drive home, bud.
Bye, everyone.